but you just got to find a way to spark that chat. That is the ultimate thing that can help you with any situation that you're in, is start to talk to someone.
We're here at Field Days 2026, absolutely fired up to spark that chat and cut the ball proudly with Farm Strong. And today we're here with the man himself, Paddy Gower. Brother, good to see you.
Yeah, really good to see you as well. And I've always felt like a misfit, so I feel right at home already. But cutting the ball's pretty important in the kind of work that I do too. So yeah, let's cut the ball.
Well, bro,
Spark that chat.
Yeah, that's it. Welcome home, bro. That's it.
Spark that chat.
Spark that chat. What are you most grateful for?
That I'm happy. I think being grateful for happiness is really important. You know, like a lot of people, and some of mine have been pretty well publicised. I've had my struggles in life. You know, I've been depressed. I've suffered from anxiety. A lot of people know that I've had troubles with addiction. You know, I was an alcoholic. I've been a workaholic. I've suffered from burnout. You know, we're getting quite a long list here. I was made redundant at the peak of my career a couple of years ago. So I've sort of been through, like a lot of people, challenges. And I think when you go through that, and when you go through anything in life, if you can feel happy, that's something to be grateful for. So that's what I'm grateful for.
Yeah. To this day, had a hell of a career because you're a hell of a human, bro, and you've continued to push on. And I think what's been magic from an aspect of seeing what you've been up to is you've been completely authentic to yourself, no matter the curveballs that get thrown. And I think, honestly, like, to the people watching out there, that is so important, is to be who you are. And if those around you bring you down or challenge you in that way and not bring you up, well, maybe it's changing that environment, but it's being who you are, proudly.
Yeah. I think being who you are is really important, and you know, that's easy for me to say. I'm a extroverted person with a platform, and I've chosen to share a lot of my problems with people, because, you know, sparking that chat, you know, which is a great initiative of what you're doing. That's what I'm trying to do. I know that, you know, when I talk about addiction and you know, being an alcoholic and struggling with booze or being depressed and stuff like that, I know that, you know, it's easy for me to say these things. I've got the skills to do it, but I know that it helps others when they see me say it, and that's why I do it. I don't do it for myself. I really do it for other people. I think for me, there's no shame in suffering from addiction. There's no shame in having mental health problems, and that's why I say it out loud. There should be no stigma around it. Sadly, there is, and people feel boxed in, and that they can't talk about it and they can't spark that chat. But, you know, by people doing what you do and having people like me on, hopefully people out there see that there is another way, and there is, and that's by talking to someone. Yeah, that is the ultimate first step in anything, is actually talking to someone. And we're with the rural community at the moment. It's tricky for fellas and out there to chat sometimes if they're out working on the farm and they don't see many people a day, you know, and they're locked into work and that kind of thing. But you just got to find a way to spark that chat. That is the ultimate thing that can help you with any situation that you're in, is start to talk to someone.
Hang on, bro. That is exactly, and hence the name, bro. Like,
spark that chat.
That is it.
Just talk to someone.
Yeah.
Just talk to a mate. They don't even need to be a mate. They can be someone that you trust.
Yeah.
They can be a counsellor on the end of a phone line. Like, just find a way to do it. It can be your GP. There's all sorts of ways of doing it. You know, it can be your partner. Just find someone out there and say something, because that is what can help you. Yeah, keeping it inside. It feels like, you know, you can't get it out, but you can. And once it starts coming out, you can't shut your mouth, and that's been half the problem with me. But people say I've got too many issues. They're like, stop, man. Like, because I run out of problems, bro. I've had addiction, I've had depression, I've had anxiety, I've had burnout, I've had workaholism. Like, I'm like running out of the list, man. But you know, but talking about it, like, there's just no shame in these things. There's no shame in these things, and I feel for people who feel that there is. And I just want to show people that there is another way. And at the end of that, by sparking that chat, you can be happy.
The fact of, like, a living, breathing example like Paddy is that you've gone through all this stuff, but honestly what it does by working on through it, by getting through those tough things, it adds character. It's to the character of who you are today. It's the toughest times in your life that have got you to be who you are, and it's working through that and realizing, like, this too shall pass. And it's knowing that through the struggle, don't struggle alone. Latch on to a mate, latch on to someone else you
latch on
care
to-
about.
Get out there and find another misfit and give that bloody misfit a big hug and say, hey, you're a bloody misfit, but I love you.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
ultimately we're all misfits.
Yeah, yeah.
The world isn't perfect. When you go out there, the world is full of a million different colours and a million different people walking around. None of us are perfect. We're all misfits.
100%.
And if we can just own up to that we've got our own problems, then we can get the help that we need and feel better. And that's it.
That's the magic, Paddy.
Yeah.
If a mate reached out and they're struggling, what's the best piece of advice you'd give them?
Because that's probably the most important conversation you're going to have with a friend in your whole life. And when they reach out to you, the first thing you got to do is, if you're with them, give them a hug, and just hold them and say, hey brother, I'm here for you. I'll always be here for you. You're always my mate. I love you. If you want to say that, just ring up a friend and tell them you love them. Those words of caring. And you don't need to solve their problems. You don't even need to know their problems if your mate reaches out to you and says, I'm struggling. What they need to know is that you know and that you care. Give them a hug. Tell them you love them. And if you're not that kind of person, go and do something with them. Go and do something fun with them, or just change the dynamic. Just do something and just be there for them. Then I would give them a hug, and if I was on the phone with them, I would tell them that I love them.
What fuels your stoke? What gets your heart pumping?
Bro, I love Kiwis. I love people. I just love hanging out. I just love hanging out with other people, and that's what fuels my stoke. I'm a big believer in the power of connection and connecting with other human beings, and I think just being a misfit. Just being a misfit in a society full of misfits.
Oh man. Well, Paddy, thank you so much for sparking that chat with me today. I appreciate it.
And then we're going to get some of you out of the crowd.
Yeah, love you.
Love you too, bro. You're a good man. You're a good man, Toy.